I think that the Southern Baptist Convention is worth being a part of because we can cooperate in what's the largest denominational missions force in the history of Protestant Christianity. I mean, the idea that we can be to the edge in contexts and cultures, far away because of our support system is really remarkable. I think what the Southern Baptist Convention offers is the opportunity for partnership. Now, again, that partnership can be kind of difficult at times because sometimes people aren't real good at partnering, but the partnership enables us to be involved in God's global mission across the globe in ways that really we couldn't do alone. I think that's a key issue for us to remember. I think secondarily it gives us a theological connectedness. What we believe matters. Evangelicalism as a whole is not doing real well theologically right now, so to have a place that has a robust theological moorings but has a common cooperation for mission gives us the opportunity to partner together in ways that otherwise just would not be possible. So for me, I think that the things we do well, the things that we do better than others, are we cooperate. Now, I'm not saying we do great, but I'm saying we do well. We cooperate for the task of global missions, and we have a common theological persuasion that really gives us the ability to cooperate together. So those two are just important links in the chain of cooperation that's there. I'm Southern Baptist not because I find it a healthy denomination, not because I find that we have good relationships, and not because I find that we get along well. I'm Southern Baptist because I have an inescapable theological conviction that happens to line up with the things that are contained in our confessional statement. And so I'm Southern Baptist by conviction. I wasn't born or reared a Southern Baptist. I came to Christ in a non-Southern Baptist church, and I'm from New York City. And so none of those things make me a typical candidate to be a Southern Baptist, let alone a Southern Baptist leader. So for me, the thing that brings me to this partnership called Southern Baptist is the theology that undergirds what we are and what we believe. And so that to me drives me to what Southern Baptists are. But then with that, you combine that with a passion for global mission. I think that those two things together, a high view of the scriptures and a high view of mission, I don't know where else I could go to find those things together. Now again, are there things that is the foundation cracking in a lot of ways? Yeah, it really is. And I'm trying to think through and pray through, and we're all trying to figure out how we can get through this to the other side. But I haven't found something yet that can duplicate what we can do together through what's called Southern Baptists. If I was king of the SBC, you ask. Well, I think if I had this influence that I could say, here's what we're going to do different in the SBC. I think what I would like to do is to take a people that I see having a high view of Scripture. I mean, we fought a battle over biblical inerrancy, an important one. Take this high view of Scripture and this high view of missions. And what we have failed to do is to put that mission thinking and that biblical theology into a North American cultural context. So I think if I could just be to use your wording, a king for a day of the SBC, I think what I would do is I would help our churches realize that the Bible's authoritative, it's inerrant and it's sufficient, but ultimately it's meant to be lived out on mission in our context, and we've distanced ourselves from our context in such a way that we're more culture warriors than culture engagers, that we're no more for what we're against than what we're for. And I want to get into the community, live on mission, to show and share the good news of the gospel, and I think that's what I'd do if I could have for one day. I think events like this at the Southern Baptist Convention enable us to get together and think about the future. I think it's real easy just to go through the motions. There's this person gives a report and we sing this song and then we hear from this Southern Gospel Quartet, and that's all fine. But I think ultimately sit together with people and say, all right, what does this look like? And what influence and place will we have to shape what that looks like is key. And so this gathering, I think, will give pastors the opportunity to think with some leaders and some thinkers about what's the future going to hold. I think too many people are revisioning a Southern Baptist Convention that's just a better version of the past. We may have to think bigger. We may have to think more differently. I'm of the opinion, go big or go home. And so let's make this thing work, or let's not be a part of it anymore.